Hello, and welcome to Atomic Radio Hour, the post-nuclear podcast, episode 108. I am your host, Vince. And I'm also here with...
Gary.
And today we have a very, very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Hello. I'm free from the basement. They've let me out. It's been a while.
We let Kyle out of the basement for 1 hour to record, like every other month.
Yeah. If he's lucky.
Yeah.
He has to cash in his good boy coin.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, guys? How you been?
Oh, so very, very
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, Kyle?
Feeling good.
Yeah? What have you guys been playing lately?
Well, I made a list of mine. There's a lot.
Get the scroll. What have you been playing? Let me know.
Well, alright, we'll start off. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it?
Ooh,
Beautiful.
I heard it's good.
Really?
Never seen a game more beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you say it's picturesque?
Yes. The amount of photos people have been taking of that is just incredible.
Send me some and I'll put them on screen.
Alright.
If you've
Yeah.
taken any.
XCOM 2. I've been playing the new Destroy All Humans.
How is it? Is it good? Is it everything you ever wanted more?
Yeah, it looks good. It's fun. The controls feel good. I think it's a little less hard as the original,
Really?
but it feels so fun to play again.
I never played the first one. I started and only had the second one.
I hope they make the second one. I think they will, but yeah. So I've been playing that. Destiny 2, been playing through all that. Assassin's
I didn't know
Creed
you were a
Black
Destiny
Flag.
person.
Yeah.
What's it? Which one are you playing?
Destiny 2?
And then what did you say after that?
Black Flag.
The best one.
We were just talking about that the other day.
I've been going through them all before Valhalla.
Nice.
And what else am I playing? Halo. Been going through Halo again. Me and Star, friend of the show.
Oh, cool.
We're going through all of them on Legendary. Hopefully.
Wow.
You getting the skulls?
I think you have them all already.
Oh. You gotta get that Hayabusa armor.
Yeah. But we're going through Reach at the moment. It's so freaking hard on Legendary. Oh my god.
I never beat Reach.
Oh, it's so good.
I just played the shit out of it online.
The only one I ever played was 3 with my friend from grade school.
Really?
Other than that, I was never really a super big Halo fan. I feel like it's something that I missed.
Oh my god, I miss playing Halo. We're gonna talk a little bit about Halo later, but I miss playing Halo. I fucking miss it.
Yeah. You played
now that I'm
ODST.
Gamer E-Girl Supreme, I should really get into it.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, now that I'm Gamer E-Girl Supreme, I should really get into Halo.
You can get the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, it's on PC.
Yeah.
I was going to try to pick it up when it's on sale.
What were you saying, Kyle?
Playing through ODST again. I haven't played that since it came out in 360. It is the most noir-esque soundtrack in a Halo game because it's all jazzy and it's nighttime and.
Doesn't the whole game take place over the period of time between Reach and 3?
I believe it was between Halo 2 and 3.
Halo 2 and 3.
Yeah, Halo 2 and 3. And I think it's over a 6-hour period of time.
Never bought it, because I honestly didn't get it because they just said the online would reroute you to Halo 3's online.
You know what? I remember you not getting it. I remember that.
You remember that? Really?
Yeah.
Why does that ring a bell?
I don't know. I think because we would play the other ones or stuff like that, and that was the time we all played together. And I remember, I don't think you were like, oh, I'm not going to get that one.
Yeah, it's the only one I never played. I mean, outside of 2. I never played 2, which I know is heresy, but... yeah, I never played ODST. Played the shit out of Reach, never beat it. Is that everything you've been playing?
I just re-downloaded Skyrim, so I'm playing Skyrim.
Nice.
You poor sucker.
What about you, Olive?
I've been playing basically the same shit. I really haven't been going out of my comfort zone for games recently. I've been playing Smash.
Do you want to play? I want to play Smash. I really want to play Smash.
Not like now, but yeah.
No, you know what I mean. Like, I'd love to play.
Do you have online?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, of course.
Tight. I'll kick
I've
your
been
ass.
playing Smash. Actually, I've been getting even better.
Nah,
So-
I play Rob, so I'll just fucking...
So, Smash, Terraria, have another Minecraft server. Saints 4, I'm on my next run of it.
Nice.
Are you playing the remaster of? Oh, never mind. You mentioned Saints Row last time. Did you play the remastered of 3?
I had the PC release, which was already, like, remastered when it came out. So, I don't think... I didn't buy, like, a different edition of it. It just looks amazing. But 3 is, like, my favorite in the entire franchise. But 4 is really fun. I like all the superpowers.
I stopped after 2.
You missed out. 3 is an excellent game.
Or did I play 3? Someone might have let me borrow 3.
Well, if you
I think
ever
you
want
played it
to,
at my house.
if you ever want to reborrow the new whatever edition that came out remastered, it looks absolutely gorgeous, and the players don't
Really?
look goofy.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I picked up Skater XL the other day.
How was that?
Oh, how is it?
I got to play like an hour of it. Not even. Maybe like 40 minutes. And it's just... I got the copy right here in my hand. It was right next to me on the desk. It's fucking... I just miss skateboarding games. I just really, really miss skateboarding. And what's so funny is I picked it up. It came out the same day as Destroy All Humans. And then out of nowhere, Sony was just like, and Cuphead.
Mm-hmm.
So Cuphead is now on fucking PlayStation.
On PlayStation, yeah.
I remember when it came out, talking to you about it on here, going, I wish it was on PlayStation. It'll never be on PlayStation. And now it is.
The director of the game said that never in a million years would it be on PlayStation, and then it's now on PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just exists. And I was like, what the fuck? 2020 sucks. And there are currently 4 games that I really want to play.
We're never getting that DLC.
What's up?
We're never getting that DLC for it.
Well, hopefully they'll get a little extra money out of bringing it to PS4.
I think they had that scheduled for like beginning of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all
Maybe
hand
it's just
drawn.
being pushed back.
It's hand-drawn animation. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
That's a big reason why I love Cuphead so much, is because it's hand-drawn animation.
Yeah. It's like an extra, I don't want to say novelty, but an extra aspect to it that makes it special.
Yeah, and that's my whole... I just want to play it again, but like I know that it's going to be another 15 hours of me yelling at that fucking dragon, at that goddamn...
I don't know what you're talking about. I beat that dragon first try.
I don't know how.
It was terrible.
Olive was at my house.
The last phase, you called me to come over to play it, to try to beat it. And then I didn't beat it.
Like children, I was like, can you come help me? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember sending you
I was
it.
flabbergasted.
I was like, yeah, I beat the dragon first try.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I want to play it again. I got stuck on that dragon and the roller coaster I remember getting stuck on.
The clown?
And the end phase of King Dice, because you had to do all like the mini boss run.
I never got past Dinosaur or the dragon. I haven't finished the game.
Yeah, it's because it's fucking impossible. Calamaria is still the best designed character in that game, but Last of Us 2 comes out, Skater XL comes out, Destroy All Humans, Cuphead gets re-released, and now Tony Hawk next month? No, I'm sorry. This will come out in August.
The radio tracks.
What do you mean?
Did you see that? You sent it to us. The music, the soundtrack for Tony Hawk
I sent you
re-release?
what the new tracks are and what the old tracks are going to be.
The first thing I see is Tribe, so we're good. Like, I'm Skepta. What else is really good here? I don't like Machine Gun Kelly, but whatever. I'm just so fucking excited to see all of these, like, there's so... Naughty by Nature, fuck yeah. There's gonna be Rage. There's gonna be so many kids that are gonna relearn or learn good music because of these games. Like, Skater XL has a decent soundtrack so far. There's not a lot of hip-hop, and the little bit of hip-hop that I have heard has been just beats. But then
I'm sure that they'll add more.
Yeah, this game is a beta. Like, and at Walmart it was $32. Everywhere else had it for $40. I mean, fuck Walmart, fuck the Waltons, don't shop there. But GameStop didn't have it, so this was my only choice.
Yeah.
And $32, and I was like, fuck it,
That's
$32.
a really good deal.
I'll buy it for $32. It's a small little independent studio. I want them to flourish. I want a Skater Double XL. Like,
and don't get me started about the Triple XL.
But if you have this on PlayStation and your Spotify is hooked up, if you don't like the soundtrack, you can just turn the music off and then go hook your Spotify up and fucking just look up any Tony Hawk soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving around listening to the soundtrack of the radio from San Andreas, and
that is amazing.
The San Andreas soundtrack is fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with their licensed music.
That's what I'm talking about. The licensed music, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the car going like, whoo, like every third song that comes on, I'm like, hot fuck, like, dude, what came on that I fucking lost my mind? It was an Isley's Brothers song, and I didn't know it was in the game, and I went, you gotta be. And it's the fucking sample from Ice Cube's Today Was a Good Day, and I went, oh shit, okay. I was like walking around. I wanted to go to this bookstore in town, and they're fucking closed, and I walk there, and I go, all right, cool, maybe today is gonna be a good day. And then it's the Isley Brothers, and I'm like, it's gonna be a fucking great day. Speaking of great days, let's get into this lore. Before we get into it, I want to thank the Patreon real quick. There's a few people that we have to thank. It is not a mandatory part of the show, but if you want to see the show get a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little bit harder, faster, stronger, you can throw us a couple bucks there. There are some tiers with some additional perks and whatnot. So we have some people to thank. Olive, would you like to start going down the line?
I would love to start. So the first one that we need to thank is Noah.
Thank you,
Been
Noah.
here for a while.
Yes, he has.
Thank you, Noah. Next up is Gage times 2.
Thank you, Gage. Once for the Discord. He pays for Nitro so we can do fun things like when Jordan with a Y hosts her game nights, and he also supports us on Patreon. So thank you.
Then we have Jordan with a Y.
Jordan with a Y. Thank you, Jordan with a Y. You get a lot of screen time in this episode.
She really does.
Yeah, you really, really do. Thanks, Jordan with a Y.
Next is Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
And last but certainly not least is Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you so much, everyone. Without you, we couldn't make this show happen.
Yeah. You want to go back to harassing Kyle?
We can go back to harassing Kyle
Cool.
now.
I had to put him in the basement so we could record this. This, like, separate Patreon part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want him to think he's people. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah. We've just been bullshitting for, like, the past 10 minutes.
Yeah. Episode 108, I'm going to hit you with the lore for Vault 108. It is south of Canterbury Commons and northeast of the Corvega factory. A Citadel computer or terminal says that the premise of the experiment was to study the conflict of leadership and power inside of a vault. Brody Jones was the first overseer, which that just sounds like a fake name.
Yeah.
That's like Bob Johnson. He was the first overseer, and
Joe Smith.
Yeah. He was known to have a rare cancer that would kill him within 40 months. I don't know much about cancer, but
it's a pretty quick timeline.
Why would you say 40 months and not just be like, well, you got about 4 years?
Because that's less than 4 years.
No, I know, but like at least tell me 36, so when I hit 37, be like, haha, take that, God. Like, the position of authority went unassigned and discretion was given to the overseer. So they had a leader, but like they didn't. The main power was also planned to fail in 20 years, and it was meant to be sealed off for 38. The backup power was too weak to satisfy the needs of the vault. Now, this is the vault that has the cloning facility within it. This is also, from what I understand, the wiki on this, I get all my lore from fallout.fandom.com, the wiki on this vault is so sparingly written. And I don't think it's just, this is how Bethesda writes vaults. I just don't think that...
It's not very well documented.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it. Because I don't remember the terminals working all that much. But I watched remember The Storyteller? The old Shoddycast series? I actually watched the video on that, Nate. Remember that? With the dude with the cool voice and the eyebot and shit? I watched he has a video on it, and I watched that as kind of a refresher because there's not a whole lot of information on the wiki, but this is apparently, from what I understand, the same type of cloning technology that Vault City had. So
yeah, that actually makes sense.
Vault City had cloning technology to regrow limbs. So if you needed a kidney or if your arm fell off and they could surgically reattach it in some manner, or you needed like a skin graft or something, they could clone parts of you to add to you. And this seems to be the same thing to the max, like on a crazy, crazy level. Every Gary that was cloned was immediately hostile towards non-clones, each being more violent, and after 53 clones, the staff in 108 started to think, what are we going to do with all of these clones?
How did Gary come into power? Did he just keep making himself? Like, they locked the door?
That's what I'm assuming, is that they kind of locked them away, and they got so violent that they broke out and killed everybody?
Why didn't someone just tell this bitch to stop cloning himself?
Well, they didn't listen. They were violent to anybody that was non-clone.
Yeah.
They planned on...
I'm just trying to understand how they got to the point of having so many Garys that they were over-encumbered with Garys.
Well, I think at first, because of the whole... there was a theory that was being passed around through the Storyteller video that he's saying that maybe they wanted to totally get rid of children and not have to worry about dealing with children, because I believe it was mostly scientists in the vault. Again, it leaves a lot up to the imagination because of how little information is on the wiki, but I think they wanted to have it where it was, if we don't have to worry about raising children, we can put more effort towards science. So once people start dying off, if we just, and apparently they just picked out a guy. They were like, Gary's going to be cloned. And there was some irregularity with the cloning process where they essentially turned them into violent, like rabid Pokemon.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, where they could only say their name and they attacked anything that wasn't them. And then,
I mean, we've all been there.
That makes me ask the question, are they a hive mind?
Oh, no, I don't think they're nearly that complex of a being.
Okay. They planned on destroying more clones to make room for more tests. That's pretty much all the wiki says outside of a couple of notes and whatnot. But let me pull up. I have a couple notes on my phone that I want to reference real quick. Part of the grand cloning experiment that led into a horrific end for the instigators, 54 clones of Gary were created, but each began to exhibit psychotic tendencies to the scientists who created them. Eventually, they rebelled and took over the vault completely, and have evolved into a complex, subtle series of ways to say Gary to convey their emotions. They are damaged and attack anyone that isn't Gary.
Gary!
When the Vault scientists started running out of room for the clones, they planned on destroying some of them to make room for additional tests. Apparently, the clones objected to this, escaped, and slaughtered the rest of the Vault inhabitants. It seems most of the Garys either escaped or were killed, as the Vault door was found open upon discovery, and Gary 23 is located away from the Vault. Curiously, the Gary clones found in 108 use almost entirely different ways of saying Gary. The reason for this is not explained or even hinted at, but might just be an intended joke by the developers. This has a little excerpt about Gary 23 right here, and it says, Gary 23, in charge of Vault 108's vacuum cleaning maintenance program, Gary 23, or Gary to his brothers, was kidnapped in a daring raid by Defender Moiral. He is dragged back to Bailey's Crossroads outpost in the DC Metro ruins, as Gary 23 is utilized a pit boy. Specialist Olin attempted to remove the device and gain access to the simulation pod inside of the outpost. The operation was deemed a complete failure. In the outcast outpost, say that 3 times fast, a dead Gary 23 can be...
Do it.
Me? Fucking outcast outpost. There's a fucking... That wasn't cringy, right?
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, no?
Listen, the only person that can rap is our main man, Gene.
Gene! God, I want Gene to fucking strangle me as I tell him how much I love him.
Wait, who's Gene?
If you don't know, then I don't know if you're worthy of knowing about Gene.
Do I know Gene?
You don't know Gene.
Should I know Gene?
If you interacted with the Discord a little bit, you might.
Ooh.
Oh.
Burn.
That's pretty much it. They're very, very... There's Gary 1 through... There's Gary 1, 11 plus 1, 17, 23, 25, 27, 29, 32, 33, 36, 41, 42, 43, and 47 that can be found in-game. But there was made up to at least 52 of them. Or 57 of them. So those are all the Garys.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you ever found 108?
Yep, my first playthrough.
Really? Would you like the tale of what it was like?
There was not really much of a tale. Actually, I remember seeking it out because of you and another friend from high school always saying it to each other.
Really? What was the first name?
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
So I went and searched for it because I was like, all right, I gotta know what the fuss is about this Gary's thing. Because I knew it was Fallout 3. It was before I had, like, actually played it.
Mm-hmm. I remember
And
finding... Oh, go on.
the rest is history.
What about you, Cobb?
I don't remember if I ever found on my first playthrough. I do remember going in there just like, oh, why are these people all named Gary and attacking me?
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
I remember finding it and just being like, okay, just killing everybody.
Yeah.
Gary.
Not getting it until well after.
Yeah.
What do you mean by getting it? There's not really much to get now, is
Not,
there?
you know what I mean? Like, not getting it, but, like, understanding what I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. Like, just like, oh, this is an experiment. Like, this is what this is. Like, because the first time I played Fallout 3, I was very much just like, oh, the E3 footage seemed cool.
Yeah, I mean, you were still, like, young at that point.
I was 11.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just figure this one out. And then, like, when I played it again and again and again, every time it was like, this is great, and I love this, and it's never not putting a smile on my face. But that's everything on Vault 108.
It's honestly not that much.
It's really not. I normally like the vaults that are a little less information. The ones that have that kind of leave it up to your imagination, let your mind wander and figure things out on your own. This is one that I wish there was a couple more terminals I could read, or at least there's a holodisc. You want me to read the holodisc?
If you so choose, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll fucking do it then. I don't know why you gotta talk to me like I'm stupid.
I'm not.
I know, I'm joking. Gary 53 is hostile towards all non-clones, as was the case with the previous 52 attempts. It's written really weird, like they were smashing the keyboard, and may have to something of disposal of perplexing Gary clones, as the observation rooms are getting quite full. Gary 54 exhibits no changes, hostile towards... I don't know why I keep saying hostile. Towards non-clones. If anything, he is more hostile. Dr. Peterson can attest to this, having been injured while examining Gary 54. Tomorrow we are going to dispose of several of the Gary clones with...
Dispose.
Where will room for many more attempts. End of salvage data record. Yeah. That's it. That's Gary. That's 108. Baba da boop, skip the cream.
Gary! So what else are we here for, guys?
Well, I just wanted to come out
Oh, yeah?
and say, haha, that I'm quite excited for the Xbox Series X, to be completely honest. I don't think I'm going to get it, because I don't think I can afford two next... Are we still saying next gen for the next consoles?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if I can afford two next gen consoles, nor do I think I'll have the time to play either of them. But, it's neat. It's interesting. I still think PlayStation is winning at this point.
I do too.
But the Xbox
I would much
stuff,
rather have the space dildo than the mini fridge.
I don't know. I think Xbox is winning. I think somebody mentioned it on like Twitter. I saw it's like it doesn't matter what the console looks like as long as it plays a game.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm 100% there with you. I think the whole fucking PC master race versus console is such a dumb argument. We should all just be happy that we're playing games together at this point because there's crossplay and there's whatever. So Kyle and I and parts of the Discord, which again, link to the Discord in the description below. Check it out. Sometimes we'll do watch-alongs if there's a big conference happening. We did it with Sony's. We did it with Xbox. Kyle, who was it? It was you, me, and Star, right?
Yep.
It was in the middle of the day. It was just kind of like a weird time where I think the Sony one was like on a Saturday at like 6 or something.
It was Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
What?
The Microsoft one.
No, but I'm saying for Sony.
Oh, yeah, it was like later in the day.
Yeah. But what we're getting at is we watched it. We watched it together. Kyle is a bigger Xbox fan than I am. At this point, I'm on that Sony pony. And
I'm also on Sony pony.
And
I just like everything in general, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually just said to Kyle recently because when we were watching the Xbox reveal or whatever the hell it was, I even said to Kyle, I was like, Kyle, you just play everything.
Yeah.
Like, you just like, oh, I can manipulate it with a controller? Yeah, I'm in. I'm down. It's cool. So Kyle, walk us through it. What did you like? What didn't you like?
Tell us about it.
Well,
I was at work, so I don't even know what was revealed. So,
we got some cool new reveals coming out. I should say before this, everything they announced is all free on Game Pass.
Really?
Everything
cool,
in
so
the
I can
conference.
get it all on PC then.
Yeah. Well, if it is for the PC Game Pass, but like, yeah, everything in this that they showed off, they said you can play with a Game Pass. So it's like, hey, $15, I can play a $6 game. You know.
Yeah. See, I think that's really neat how they're kind of going towards this, like when Gears 5 came out, it was like nobody bought it, but everybody was playing it because of Game Pass.
Gears 5, Outer Worlds.
Games as a service are becoming a lot more prevalent.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even consider that games as a service.
Well, that was kind of a take on the term software as a service, where like it's kind of like a subscription model to do things. So like, I think that this is going to like go places. I think that it's going to be what we expect going like forward for the industry.
Yeah.
Is that things are going to come out on these subscription models, because like I would much rather pay $15 a month if I was going to get into a streaming service than to pay like $60 like 5 or 6 times a year.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, did they got rid of the year subscription for Xbox Live, right?
Yeah, the 12 months just Xbox Gold subscription, I guess, they took that away. And I think, I don't know if they're going to announce it or whenever, that they might move to just Game Pass only subscription, because you already get Gold if you buy a Game Pass subscription, you get
really?
Xbox by Gold, yeah.
Because I keep seeing, I was actually going to ask you about it, I keep seeing Xbox Live subscriptions, like cards for 12 months, and I was going to say, are these like in high demand? Should I buy them and try to flip them? Like, can I buy them for 60 and sell them for 80? Is that going on? Are people looking for this?
Actually, I think I'm wrong. There is Game Pass cards, and then there's Game Pass Ultimate, which is Game Pass on Xbox, Game Pass on PC, and Xbox Live Gold.
Huh.
Which is $15 a month, so.
Yeah.
Or I think it was like 25
horrible.
for 3 months. They don't have a year one, but I think they might do. That's why they got rid of.
Yeah, but think about it. You'll pay 15 or you pay 25. You pay $100 for the year, and you're getting to play all those games for free, essentially. But it's the same thing.
Crap.
What?
Like I just looked it up. Game Pass for just PC, if you like don't have an Xbox, is only $5 a month.
Yeah,
really?
If sometimes like they have the deal on Xbox where you could just pay $1 for the starting month.
What were you telling me that you got?
Join for $1.
What were you telling me, Kyle, that you got like a year or two? Remember we were in a Big Lots, and you were telling me that you got like 2 years of gold with Game Pass for like a dollar, like $61 or something.
There's two stories. I remember back in the day when you buy the Microsoft points or whatever, that sometimes you get the lucky chance of it not being the right card. I know our friend Lou also had that, where it's like, oh, you bought like a 3-month card, but it's actually a year card. But no, so when they announced the Ultimate, it was $1, so I bought over. I still had like 3 months left of Xbox Live Gold, and they're like, well, you'll get this 1 month, and then we'll just add on 3 more months because you already have your Gold subscription left.
Wow, that's awesome.
I think that's still a thing too. So if you have Xbox Live Gold and are thinking of doing that for the $1, then go for it.
So, all right. Does that mean? Hold on. Does that mean that you'll need Game Pass to like play online? Because I think at this point, online, if they want to make games as a service a bigger thing, I think online should be free. I think you should pay for Plus, or you should pay for Game Pass if you want to play the games for free. But I think we should go back to having free online, because one, I'm already paying for I'm already paying for my internet. So if I want the free games for the month, and if I want like cloud storage, and if I want like XYZ, I'll pay for it. I will pay for PlayStation Plus because I like having the 2 free games a month. Even if I don't plan on playing them anytime soon, if there's a dry spell where I have time, and it's like, oh, I downloaded that Tomb Raider, or I downloaded the license for that Tomb Raider game, I'll give it a try. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's something like that, like...
Yeah.
But I think also, if you open it up where I invest $600-700 for this console, the online's free, I want to play Halo, I can throw a couple bucks into the online, like a what do you call it, like a shop. Help me out here.
Like a subscription.
Not a subscription. Like I could throw money at like a microtransaction thing.
Like a marketplace.
Yeah, like say you want, like there's a special armor you can buy that's like cell shaded and looks like it's a comic book, like that one skin in The Amazing Spider-Man on the PS4. You know what I'm talking about? The one that's like the comic book skin, that it's all like cell shaded and shit, and it looks like it's from a 90s comic. Yeah, like I want that, but it's Master Chief's armor, and I can use that in Halo's online. Like I'd pay $4 or $5 for that because the online's free.
That's basically Fortnite's model.
Yeah, but Fortnite's is like $15 for a skin.
Yeah,
I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know how much a skin costs.
A lot. They're a lot.
No, I have a little brother. I know. When he was playing it real hardcore, it was a lot. I remember it was like, he showed me he bought like 2 things and $20 just vanished into the ether, and I was like, that's, oh my god. I think a lot of it has to do with what I'm willing to pay for, and if I'm already, like, that's why I don't really like microtransactions, because it's like, but also, like, I was talking to, so, okay, hold on, to back up, when I bought Skater XL the other day, I went with Chris, who we play Atomic Tabletop with, to the Walmart to get it, and I had to get other things there, like some storage stuff, and we wound up seeing our friend Jake, and the 3 of us were like children. It's so excited that we
talk about skate.
Yeah, like we were like, oh fuck, we've hit the renaissance of skate games, and they were like, what do you mean? I was like, this is a new franchise within the realm of skateboarding video games. Then we're going to be getting Tony Hawk, and then they're making a Skate 4, and Session will come to Xbox at some point. The beta's on PC or whatever. And I said, you know what? This is a $32, $35 game from an independent studio that has some backing from Sony. If they made a pack that was like, oh, this is going to be the fucking the Element pack, and this is going to be, and you get like a couple t-shirts, some pants, some shoes. Like if they made a pack that was all about Vans, or if they made a pack that was all about like another brand, I would pay a couple bucks if I like it, because it's a small independent company, and I want to see this get bigger. Like I want to see this become a flourishing thing.
Support the artists that you want to support.
Yeah, so like if you're really into Halo, like that's why whenever I see people shit on Fortnite, I'm like, you know what? That could be some kid's Halo 3 or Fallout 3. Like, that could be the game that some kid is playing and will start a fucking show on the internet about, because he loved it so much as a kid. So, like, I try not to shit on it, but, like, if you're really into Halo and you've been playing since 1 and you ride that Xbox fan train thing hard, what's giving a couple bucks to buy a skin, to buy a new set of armor, to buy a fucking flag or something that you can, or so you can buy the like a reminiscent color scheme or something from Halo 3 because that was your favorite one to play. I think that's the way it's going to go, and I'm starting to warm up to the idea of microtransactions when they're done right.
Yeah.
I don't mind, like, Skate 2, I think it was, had a $15 DLC that just unlocked everything for you. And it was like,
that's pretty fucking
right.
good. Like, in Saints 3, I got the... I forget what the DLC bundle was, but basically after all the DLC was done, they just put out a big bundle on Steam that included all of it, and I got it for like $5 during a winter sale.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I have like all the outfits, like all the extra like things. It's really fun, really good.
But we have yet to talk about any of the games they showed.
Yeah,
so Kyle, sorry, kick it off.
All right, so during the pre-show, they showed a couple games. The new Dragon's Quest that was on Switch is coming to Xbox.
How do you feel about it?
I never played any of them. I was kind of looking into getting this. I might because it's going to be free on Game Pass, so I'll definitely, play it.
Cool.
There was another, like, I think it was, like, PvP, looked really shiny mechs and giant mech dragon PvP thing.
Oh, wasn't that Monster Hunter?
No, it's called Exo Mecha.
Okay.
It was just like
Mecha.
you were on a beach and it was just like shiny guns, and then there were two giant mechs fighting, and then there was a giant shiny mech dragon. So I think it's PvP, but yeah.
Okay.
Next big thing is Ballin' Wonderland, which we saw.
Yo.
Which is the two people who was the creator and the co-creator of the Night game, and the original Sonic game, or not original Sonic game, probably like, I don't know, like probably Adventure, probably. It just said Sonic. I'm going to assume Adventure around that time.
If it's Knights, I'm going to assume Adventure. I'm going to assume it's that weird era between like Dreamcast and...
Yeah. But they have a new game called Ballin' Wonderland.
That art style. Have you seen the art style for that, Olive?
No, can someone send me a link or something?
I got you.
What's it called?
Ballin' Wonderland?
Ballin?
Balan, I think.
Are you looking up? Or you want me to look it up?
Oh, it's very like cartoony and cool.
Yeah. The Hat Man, I love this art style. This is an incredible art style.
I think it's really cool.
I'm gonna put a picture of this on screen of like this
title
card.
What's the gameplay seem to be like?
I don't know.
It was like he said it was like it's supposed to be the most action game of all time, but it was also a platformer.
So cute.
There was definitely a lot of platforming in it, but yeah, it's the, I guess, spiritual successor to the Night game.
I love it. I love the art style of it.
I think it looks really fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep an eye out on this one.
Yeah, I put a picture in Host Lounge.
Cool.
Well, I mean, look how cool he is. He's got like dreads.
He's
really
the coolest.
I like how he's like a hat man. He kind of looks like a Lucio.
I like the little yellow one with ears all the way on the bottom.
The like bunny chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else they show, Kyle?
We got State of Decay 3.
Which is a really, really neat trailer.
Also a really fun zombie series.
I've never played them.
I didn't finish the second one, but the first one, it will always be my favorite. It's just fun.
Okay.
Forza Motorsports looks amazing. As a racing game, they always look so realistic.
Mm-hmm.
New Rare game called Everwild. We have
Who
another
owns Rare right now.
What's going on?
Who owns Rare right now?
Microsoft. It's one of the Microsoft studios.
Oh, I've actually seen something about Everwild. This looks really, really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love this art style.
I love Rare
Exo Mecha.
games.
Exo Mecha was what you're thinking of before. The dragon game?
Yeah, I said Exomecha.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep.
I'm looking at a list of all the games, and I just saw Exomecha. Which you would think I would like, but I didn't really have any feelings for.
It looked way too shiny.
Yeah, I remember saying that. I remember saying I like my giant robots with a little bit of grit in them.
Mm-hmm.
What else really tickled that fancy?
So we got Outer Worlds DLC.
Which, it just kind of looked like more of the same.
Yeah, it didn't really grab you with like, ooh, this is new cool things. It just like, you're on a meteor and it's same corporation stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think the game was for me. They got my money.
That's fine. I'm probably going to end up getting it because I really liked Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, get it. Tell me if you like it. What else we have?
We got the new Obsidian RPG shown.
Ooh. What's it called?
Avowed, which is probably going to be the how Outer Worlds is like the Fallout. It's going to be the Skyrim.
That was the first thing I saw.
The Elder Scrolls of Obsidian.
Yeah, it looked very like Tolkien. Like it looked very.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because it was like castles. It was knights. Like it was. It seemed very, very. It was like a knight using magic.
Yeah.
What's that Obsidian game that they showed off that looks super neat? Grounded?
Oh, the Grounded. That came out. That is a open world like game you can play with your friends. And it's literally like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And you just fight
that sounds so cool.
Yeah, I want to know if it'll ever come to PlayStation or if my PC can run it because I really want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
It just
This
seems like a
Obsidian
cute game.
looks really cool.
What's up?
The Avowed looks really cool, and I eat fantasy up. High fantasy is my bread and butter, and I cannot wait to get this game.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle, we forgot about your favorite series ever. Hello Neighbor 2. It's more of the same. Except for what was really cool is that you could like lock doors and then they could like blowtorch the doors open.
Blowtorch door, yeah. I mean, that also might not be a thing. It just might be part of whatever gameplay trailer thing.
Yeah. Did they show Watch Dogs?
I think they showed a little trailer of it, but they showed that at the Ubisoft event.
Oh, because I'm looking at Watch Dogs and I'm like, I don't ever remember seeing that.
Yeah, they
Wait,
showed
what
off
about Watch Dogs?
They just showed off a little like trailer. It's like, here's Watch Dogs again because we already showed it off.
You want to hear what they have written? I have here. I'm on GameSpot.com. They have. We got a look at the new Watch Dogs Legion during the pre-show, and it focused on the permanent death mechanic. A super spy is immediately killed, and DedSec must look to other London citizens. excuse me, and other London citizens in order to replenish their ranks. Kyle, can I take the reins for a second?
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2.
Knew that was coming.
Not just Psychonauts 2.
Jack Black in Psychonauts 2.
He's playing a character?
He sang
singing.
a little song. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Jack Black has like a great relationship with
Double Fine.
No, yes, Double Fine, but what's the guy's name? Who's the dude who's behind Double Fine? He's like Todd Howard if Todd Howard didn't rise to like this media.
I met him.
You met him?
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking talk to me about your life? What the fuck is this dude's name? I think he worked on like Grim Fandango.
Tim Schafer.
Tim fucking Schafer.
Yeah, that's a Double Fine
I
game.
met that dude.
When? Where?
In Croatia.
Why don't you tell people about the cool things that you've done?
I'm pretty sure I have told this before on the show.
That you met Tim Schafer? No, I think you said that you met Josh Sawyer.
Yeah, both.
I remember you met Josh Sawyer and you were like, I'm about to meet him, and I was like, tell him I love him. What did he smell like?
I don't recall.
How do you not? That's the first thing I would do. If I ever meet anybody famous, I'm just going to go, I'm going to be like Joe Biden, just take a big whiff. Like,
That's yucky.
I'm fucking Psychonauts 2 looks great, like visually. This is a game that they're making a sequel for that's 15 years old. I love the I am the milkman, my milk is delicious. I fucking love. There's just so many one-off lines in that game. I'm drowning in a quagmire of self-pity. Like, I could just fucking... I can't wait for more of it. I'm so happy that it's also coming to PlayStation. There is the Rhombus of Ruin I still have to play, but...
Haven't even played the Rhombus of Ruin. What a casual.
We didn't get a release date on it, but we did get afterwards. I looked it up. Next year is set to release.
For Psychonauts?
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy the special edition of that. Whatever it is.
It's probably going to be like a cool figures or like a hat or something.
Oh, dude, think how cool it'd be like Raz like this. You can't see me because we don't fucking do Zoom or anything, but Raz like this, and he's like...
Yeah, just like that, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the ship. Because wasn't Raz's girlfriend, her dad was Sasha 9?
I don't think so.
No, her dad was something high up in the Psychonauts. But whatever. I fucking love that game. I love the art style. I love the writing. What else was there, Kyle?
A couple other things like Hellblade, which didn't really show anything off of. They just told you to check out a trailer. Stalker 2.
I was just looking at that, yeah.
Which I knew right away from the trailer of there is a mechanic in Stalker 1 where you throw bolts and like you can detect whatever, and I saw the bolt throwing and I'm like, that's Stalker. I remember you were like, how do you know that? I think it's been more than 12 years since the first game.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
See, I'm looking at Stalker 2 on this GameSpot article, and it didn't click to me that was the game because it's not written out as an acronym. Which I just think is funny that it's probably just they were trying to write this article really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it like, Stalker 2. But I remember there was a kid in high school that would play the first one, and he called it Hipster Fallout. I remember that really bothering me. Not because he was comparing it to Fallout, but just because something's different didn't have to make it a hipster thing.
Yeah.
They showed Tetris.
99?
Tetris Effect, I think. It was the...
Oh, the VR one.
Yeah.
I think, but it's like not VR. It's multiplayer. It's the same thing, but it's multiplayer.
That's kind of cool.
Which, when it came on, I was kind of like, I love Tetris. I've put thousands of hours into Tetris, but like, you can't fuck it up.
Yeah.
There's like a book that you have to like abide by when you like. This is a real thing, like a Tetris book that you have to abide by.
Yeah, it's the literal Tetris design Bible.
Yeah, and it's just one of the. It's a perfect game, like. Tetris and Minecraft are in the same echelon for me. Of being perfect
perfection.
Games.
Yeah.
Of being just, yeah.
Have you played any of the new Minecraft content?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Oh my god.
The 1.16 stuff is really good.
No, well, Kyle, do you play Bedrock or do you play Java?
Bedrock, because all the versions are Bedrock now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I've been playing on Java just because I like host my server there, but
I've been playing on PS4, but with...
Yeah.
What else is there? Oh, you want to talk about Destiny?
Yes. So, Destiny 2, it's already free to play, but it's coming to Game Pass.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's coming to Game Pass, and starting in September, all current and the new expansions will be free to all Game Pass owners, which is
that
huge.
is
Holy shit.
awesome. That's
Because-
a lot of game.
I play on Xbox, and it's only me and my friend, and we're always looking for people, and like no one I know has Destiny, or I don't think will buy the expansion. So now it's like you get every expansion, even the new one, and coming in September for free.
Wow. Cool. I mean, I don't play it, so I couldn't tell you. I just think it's funny that like Bungie is showing off Destiny, and then Microsoft is showing off Halo at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's this this is how Microsoft became massive, and then Bungie was just like, okay, we're done now.
Yeah, I think they kind of joined in with them for this, and I think that Microsoft is also helping them build a new engine for it, I believe, or something for it.
For what?
Destiny 2. Because Destiny 2 is not... There won't be a Destiny 3 for a very, very, very long time. They don't want to make a Destiny 3.
Destiny was like the first game I could think of that was like a game as a service.
Yeah. They definitely want to make it more into like a world that's ever changing, and they did that for the first time a couple months ago. They had a event in game, like Fortnite, how they do those crazy events.
Yeah.
They did one in Destiny for the first time, and it took like maybe 2 hours for it to begin and like finish, but like it didn't really go off badly. Like it was like a freaking spaceship blew up, and you can see it starting, like pieces of it just like crashing into the sky and like almost missing the tower you're in.
Oh wow!
But you were talking about microtransactions later. Destiny, I put so much money in to buy stuff.
Did you really?
Yeah, I buy emotes and gun skins and everything. I love Destiny.
Good shit. I mean, if you like it, there's no like, and you want to support something, go ahead and support it. Just, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that. Warhammer 40k Darktide.
That looked interesting.
It's the same studio that did Vermintide. So instead of like the fantasy rats and all that, it is the 40k and like the futuristics.
See, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the 40k universe.
No, this one didn't look like a traditional 40k universe. It looked like it almost looked like Space Marines from like Doom, but like the armor.
Yeah,
they weren't wearing.
40k has a lot of like space cannon.
I know. It just looked neat. It looked like it almost looked like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
that sounds kind of cool.
That's how those games are like.
Oh, really?
Four player going through a level, hordes of enemies spawning, and like you trying to get down, stuff like that. I never got into the 4000 stuff, but I've been watching streamers play the Total War series of this, and it's just like, oh, I bought it. It's just like
really
seeing these weird armies of like pirate vampires and like skeleton mummy people, and like it's very interesting.
Good shit.
So we have that. We have from the people who made the SteamWorld games, I believe.
Okay.
So like SteamWorld Dig and all of them.
Yeah.
They're making a new game called The Gunk, which is like you're just cool. Mm-hmm. It's really cool art style. You're like this girl who has like a metallic giant hand that's like sucks up all this gunk all over the place.
I don't remember seeing this one.
I kind of hope it ties into the universe of the SteamWorld games. I love those games.
I bet it will.
We have there was also some stuff about the Medium, which looked interesting. I think it said it runs simultaneously to like generating worlds, I think, or something like that.
Do you know the Medium joke?
No.
A psychic little person escaped from jail. The APB went out and it said there's a small medium at large. Sorry. Every time I hear the word medium, I think of that.
Some Crossfire game from Remedy. I think it's multiplayer and stuff like that. And then we get to the end.
Which was the beginning.
Yep. So you see a hilt of a sword, and the hilt looked very familiar. Looked like something we've seen before. And then I believe it's Stephen Fry starts talking about heroes and villains.
Oh, you're talking about this. I thought you were talking about something else. So yes, I'm with you.
And then you see this little pixie flying around, and then all of a sudden the pixie gets eaten by a frog, and it's like dead. And then it zooms up, and you see Albion, and you just get the big logo, Fable.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're getting a Fable.
So is this Fable 4?
It's made by Playground Games, who does the Forza Forza games, I believe, or one of the Forza games. I
wonder if it's going to be like a completely like if it's going to be a sequel, like it's going to be like Fable 4, or if it's going to be like a completely new like
I think it's a soft
in the Fable
reboot.
Universe. A soft reboot.
So there's a while ago there was a leak that's like, oh, Playground Games is making this Fable. It's going back to like medieval time, no guns, all that, and the way it looked more fantasy and medievally.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they explain, like, the story's going to be like somebody rebuilt this fire, made a wish to have meteors destroy the world, and Teresa and a couple others opened a demon door and survived into another plane or another world, and it's now like pre like steampunkish, all that. So I'm wondering.
That sounds fun.
Plus, like, they also opened up their Twitter and they were like, the legend continues or something like that. So it's not like, hey, we're starting fresh over and like new Fable, like begin your new story. It's like the legend continues, and they're like, I think they said like something about like, I forgot what the tweet was, but like it just didn't seem like it was like reboot. It was like we're kind of continuing it, but in a sort of new fashion.
Do you know it to be Albion?
Yeah. I think you can see the castle.
Huh. Okay.
Also, Stephen Fry is the voice of Reaver.
Yeah, which I guess that's why they didn't pick Teresa, because it would have been a dead giveaway instantly. But
the only Fable I played was the first like 10 hours of 3, so I know that's the bad one.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. I like them all.
Do you really? You like 3?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting another one, but it's been how long? So like, I dislike stuff.
I know. I just didn't like 3. I thought 3 was kind of like. I never played the first one, but I played so much of the second one.
Going from the second one to the first one is like awesome experience.
Really?
Really?
Because it was just like, oh, I know that, and it's like, oh wow, I can't believe, like Race Marsh. You see Race Marsh, not Race Marsh.
It's been a long time, Kyle.
The one with all the banshees in it, and like the fog and the water.
Oh, cool.
You see pre that.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's all the stuff we got. We didn't get no release date or price.
Kyle.
What? What'd I forget?
Really? You didn't talk about it at all.
I know we didn't talk about it at all.
You didn't talk about like the fucking reason why I was like considering getting one.
Because we talked about it earlier, so it just went out of my mind. Halo Infinite.
Yep, new Halo.
Graphics look okay.
See, graphics to me are just.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about graphics, but you can't tell me that Brute didn't just look like a fucking shaved gorilla.
I've been playing Halo for a very long time. They all look like shaved gorillas.
Yeah, but aren't they supposed to have more of like a snout?
I don't look at them. I kill them.
All right. I think it looks neat. I think I like how it looks slower. Like, Halo kind of got to this point where you were jumping and bopping and booping and creaming and sleeving and piecing and just fucking, like, you would run, which you shouldn't, and a bunch of other things. And now you just get to see Chief, like, take it slow and shoot people and kind of jump around. And then there's a grappling hook. And I don't think grappling hooks in games are ever bad.
Grappling hooks are the coolest shit ever.
Think of, Kyle, how fucking great is the Arkham series?
Oh, amazing.
45% of that game is just grappling hook.
Yeah.
Like,
what made Assassin's Creed Syndicate awesome? You had a freaking grappling hook.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I need to play that. I heard that one was pretty fun.
Wait, isn't Syndicate the one in France?
No, Syndicate is Victorian London.
What's the one in France that, like, everybody hated?
Unity.
I don't know why. I never had a glitch.
Really?
Yeah, it was also
the PC
coming out
version
that
was broken on release.
Kotaku also attempted to actually break it, so they made that like stupid human face thing because like no one else ever got that.
Yeah, I don't listen to Kotaku or IGN.
Yeah.
If you work there, fucking good for you. Support your family, whatever. I don't consider them journalists. Yeah, I mean, it looks neat. I didn't bring this up before. I don't think I did. There's rumors of a Project Hawthorne coming out by Hawthorne brand wipes, and it's going to be a cheaper version of the Xbox One. That's what the rumor is. So, somebody from PlayStation, someone from Xbox, and I don't remember, and I'm going to misquote this, or I'm going to paraphrase it, whatever, said, we don't want people to miss out on either not being able to play the new games, or we don't want them to miss out on the experience or something. So they said, we're going to try to put things on the Xbox One, and then we're going to try to have things on the Series X. But then someone at Sony said that, like, the games that they're making for the PlayStation 5 cannot be put on the PS4. Like, Ratchet & Clank has that dimension door thing opens up and you jump through and then it closes and you're like a new realm. Yeah. And they said the biggest thing behind that is the SSD and a couple other things, and they can't do it on the PS4. It is only going to be able to be done on the PS5. So
it was made with certain spec in mind.
Yeah, so like when I heard that and I heard everybody complaining about that Halo Infinite looks bad, quote unquote, looks bad graphically. My first thought was like, are they scaling back graphics just so... Because, like, the landscapes look great.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we were watching it, you were like, look at this fucking sprawling landscape.
I saw people comparing it, like, oh, look at Halo 3 and look at this new Halo. I'm like, I'm sorry, Halo 3 came out how long ago?
Yeah, but also, I saw that same picture, and the picture that they're using is from a cutscene. It's not from in-game. Yeah. So, the cutscenes always look better.
There was also people complaining about how blocky it looked. I'm like, sorry, this is a Forerunner structure. I'm sorry, it can't be perfectly diagonal and like shaped. It's a Forerunner created world.
I am so out of Halo lore.
Oh,
I'm watching
boy.
the premiere like trailer thing, and I'm watching the 4K one, and it looks fine. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I thought that the brute talking to you was a little off-putting, though.
Oh, I loved it. When that happened, I was just like, yes, I cannot, like, the music just getting you pumped, and he's like, this is our last battle. Like,
No, like, that was fine. I thought to take away from everything that wasn't, like, Master Chief and just show the zoom-in of his face, I thought that was just kind of, like... I thought that was weird. I just thought, like, directionally, they shouldn't have done that. Like, maybe show, like, clips of him interspersed with other clips of gameplay footage. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying...
This looks really smooth, and I'm probably going to get it.
Also, the brute guy is Darren DePaul, who also does Reinhardt in Overwatch.
Oh, cool.
Ah.
Wow. Dude's got range. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. He's also the robot from Doom. The scientist
that's
robot.
pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's what, like, I was talking about this with someone at work the other day. Voice acting's great. Like, Rick May passed away, who did the voice of the soldier, and we were talking about him. Voice acting's great. I love voice acting. For a long time, I wanted to be a voice actor. The industry of voice acting is controlled by 35 to 40 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, you know that you... Like, if you hear a voice, you're like, oh, this dude did fucking 4 voices on Nickelodeon in the early 2000s, 2 on Cartoon Network, a Disney show, and is currently working on a pilot. Like... It's just like it's this fucking what's his name?
Like I know Tara Strong when I hear her.
Yeah, oh, yeah, but like I love me some Bubbles. Like I'm not gonna be upset. But what's his name? The fucking dude who is in every Nathan Drake. Who voices Drake?
Nolan North.
Nolan North. He's in like everything, and you don't even realize he's in it.
Because the range is incredible.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
David from Last of Us is Nolan North.
Yes. Wait, Last of Us 2 or Last of Us 1?
Last of Us 1. David,
yeah, I know.
Weird camera, yeah. Like, you wouldn't even... really, because it really doesn't sound like him, too.
It sounds nothing like Drake, and I think Drake is very much his, like, regular voice with, like, maybe a little bit of bravado in it, but... Yeah, you would have never guessed. And I remember finding that out and being like, well, all right, fuck, it's a Naughty Dog game. Of course he's got to be in there somewhere. I mean, Naughty Dog, like, only uses fucking Laura Bailey, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But they were never
Laura
considering
Bailey
her for that
is in
part.
everything.
What's that, Kyle?
They weren't considering her for that part.
Really?
Yeah, and then she auditioned for it, and he was like,
No shit.
"Yep, we have to." He's like, "I'm not doing." He's like, "I'm not hiring Laura Bailey for this," because they're all friends. But she rocked it with her audition.
Cool.
I know everybody in that game because I voice actors are like my new celebrities.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, you're a big fan of Critical Role, and that's all the voice actors.
Yeah.
yeah. Which, if you ever watched the Doom one, they had Darren DePaul, who knows Matt Mercer's parents and played D&D with their parents. So, like, he's, like, very much with Matt Mercer and stuff like that, because they have, like, family connections. He did, like, he recorded voice lines as, I think his name's Samuel.
That's so
For
cool.
the
Yeah,
Doom.
it's Samuel Hayden, I think.
He
Yes.
recorded voice lines, so when they did the Doom one, because they all played, like, demons and stuff like that, and they had to go through, and you hear Samuel in the background, like, you think you can fix this, or something like that.
I forgot Doom came out this year. I have to fucking play it.
Doom Eternal's
Yeah.
fun. I haven't finished it yet, but
You
it's
have
fun.
it?
Yeah.
You don't tell me anything about yourself.
This isn't about myself. This isn't about me. It's about you.
No, it's not. Stop it. That makes me even more uncomfortable.
No.
Well, fellas, I think that's... and
Well,
lady
hold on.
fella...
There's a couple.
Okay.
Open world.
Yes. Oh, shit, yeah. The open world, it looks cool. It's... Every game is slowly just becoming open world, which I think like 5-6 years ago I would have been really excited about, and now I kind of am not. But it looks interesting, and I'd love to try it.
Yeah, I think for a long time, I think a lot of us wanted to explore a Halo ring more. Mm-hmm. It takes place after Halo 5. The main villains are the Banished. If you ever played Halo Wars, they're like the main villains. Mm-hmm. It's the last of the Forerunner saga, and it's going to set up the foundation for the future. So, last of Master Chief's story. And like all the Forerunners and all that.
Good
and
shit.
I heard that there will be new story content for it, and there might not be a new release for a very long time.
So this is going to be a last hurrah for closing the book on Master Chief and his story.
Yep.
I think...
We're going to go out with a
I think for a lot of I don't think if the next Halo game, I think we'll be in like very, very, very far in the future.
You mean like the canon future or the future of our future?
The canon
Yes.
future.
Okay.
I think it would be like 100-something thousand years. Like Chief and them all are gone. I think they're gonna set up new stuff now.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. I think I think honestly what we've been seeing with the way Microsoft is starting to operate, how they have this relationship with Nintendo at this point, I really genuinely think with Cuphead coming to PS4, eventually we are going to see the Master Chief Collection on the PS4. I do.
You really think so?
I really genuinely think so, because I think it's a great... Because think about it. If your console sells... Let's say the PlayStation 4 has sold like 100 million consoles, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, let's get real numbers. How many consoles has the PS4 sold?
102 million units.
Okay, let's say 100 million.
To Business Insider.
Okay, that's enough out of you. How many consoles did the Xbox X sell?
Here is some information for how many...
19 million, right? Mm-hmm. So, let's say you got 100 million consoles floating around.
Wait, what about the Xbox One?
That's what I said, did I not?
You said Xbox
X.
One. You said Xbox X.
How many consoles did the Xbox One sell?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
This is not what I wanted. You're fucking... Okay. Right now it's saying... The Xbox One, about 50 million. So you have... What arguably do you think are the two biggest games on Sony's end and on Xbox's end that are exclusives?
Last of Us and Gears.
I don't think Last of Us. I think Uncharted.
Or Uncharted, yeah.
for Sony, and
How many copies of Uncharted 4 were sold for the PlayStation 4?
15 million copies.
Okay,
According to Wikipedia.
that's enough. How many copies of... What were you saying for Xbox?
Halo.
Gears.
Here are some
Gears
results.
5.
How many copies of Gears 5 was sold for the Xbox One?
Here are some results from the web.
Why? Just give me a number. No, not Gears 4.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
How many copies did Gears of War 5 sell?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
It's not giving me anything. Is it Gears of War Ultimate Edition?
What's the point you're making?
The point I'm making is if you have 100 million consoles out there and 15 million consoles out there, and you're selling 4 million on your console, why not put them on another console? You'll make more money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody wins with that one.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not about winning. It's about maintaining your grip on an IP.
Absolutely, but that's why I'm saying don't put...
Which is like... what is it? Intellectual property is big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's worth more than like, most forms of information. And having exclusivity over one particular, like, franchise can make it of higher value to you.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying put out the Master Chief Collection on the PS4. You get Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach, right?
Yeah.
If you like these games and you want to see what happens to Chief and the gang afterwards, you want to know what Infinite's going on, what's going to happen, you're going to be more inclined to buy an Xbox because it's going to be like, well, I can only play it here and I need to know what happens. I think what they're doing...
At the same time, that's bad PR.
What do you mean?
If there's a headline that says, oh, Master Chief Collection for PlayStation won't have Halo 5 or...
No. That's what comes in the
Halo
Master Chief
Infinite.
Collection.
Or, like,
No, it doesn't.
won't have Halo
What comes in the
Infinite.
Master Chief Collection?
Reach and ODST or DLC, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Alright, so put 1, 2, 3, and 4... Put the DLC in it, charge $60 like you normally would, or $70, whatever, or $80, whatever the next generation's price is going to be. Sony makes money now off of Halo sales. Microsoft makes money off of selling their game on a different console. Yes, they might make a little bit less, but they're going to make money. More people will have Halo in their hands. There's people who have never...
And that makes a lot of, like, practical sense, but it's just something that's just not going to happen.
No,
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you have it where it's you want to figure out what happens, buy a console. Especially if they put out something like Project Hawthorne, where it's like a $300 Xbox that maybe is only 1080 locked at 30 frames and this, that, and the third. Maybe it's only digital. You want to figure it out? Buy a console. And then, well, you got that console. Why don't you fucking check something else out? Why don't you do this? Hey, remember Game Pass? $15 a month. Everything's fucking free. Like... I don't know. I have this feeling that we're gonna start seeing. You just said the developer of Cuphead from MDHR said Cuphead will never be on the PlayStation, and now it's here.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I would have said you'll never see Chief on PlayStation.
I don't think we ever will.
I don't think we ever will.
It's the whole thing of...
I eat my words. I really do hope I eat my words.
You think we'll see Gears on PlayStation?
No. It's the whole thing of... These are icons of this system and company. They will never be on another system.
What do you think we'll ever see Chief in Smash?
No. Microsoft came out and said they are not putting any new IP or games on Nintendo Switch. They confirmed that.
Wait, they're not putting any new...
Hold on, I'll read the article. They're not... They have no plans to release more Xbox exclusive on Nintendo Switch or PS4.
New exclusives? Or any exclusives, period?
Any exclusives.
Okay. on the PS4, but that's what I'm saying. Next generation. I'm telling you, this is going to happen. At some point in time, it's going to happen because everything is just going to be one. It's going to be, I think, to an extent, will be one homogenous thing because you lose money. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. You want people to pick your console over the other guy's console, so you have your exclusives. But I think it just makes sense to put the older versions on console. If you're gonna remaster it, why not remaster it for everything?
It's Icon.
I mean,
it's the whole Icon thing. Like, you go for Xbox for Master Chief, like it's owned by Microsoft. Like,
I mean, it does make sense. Like, do you know what else makes sense?
Why do you always... I fucking have a point to make, and you always want to bring up the beautiful man that is Shane Ivers. Hold on, real quick. I just want to point out, Spider-Man tried to join the Justice League a couple of times. So, I doubt that Master Chief wouldn't want to fucking party with Nathan Drake and Ellie and shit. But tell me about Shane.
Shane Ivers is the maker of our intro music, Feather Duster. If you want to get that, you can get it at www.silvermansounds.com/freemusic/featherduster. Kyle, tell us about social media.
There's some social media that I'll let Vince tell you about.
There are links in the description below to my Twitter, Olive's Twitter's, Kyle's Twitter, and also to the show's Twitter. So that's 4 of them that is mandatory that you follow. There's also a link to our Discord.
We will be checking at the door.
we spoke about it a little bit earlier. Jump in. Jordan with a Y has been hosting game nights pretty much weekly at this point. And they're always a blast. We've been playing Jackbox. My boy Gene shows up. We're having a great time. Gene.
I gotta meet Gene. Gene.
Gene's a good guy. You'd like Gene. A real fucking linguist. And... excuse me, I have the coronavirus.
No, you can't say that. We're gonna get demonetized.
We don't make money already.
Yeah.
Join in, jump in, follow us. In the beginning of the show, we brought up that we have a Patreon. You can throw us a couple bucks there, and if you do throw us a couple bucks, we appreciate it. But there's also a Redbubble where you can buy a whole slew of new things. You can help the show grow if you want to throw us a couple bucks there, and we highly, highly appreciate it. Also, thanks to you guys, we donated $40 to the George Floyd Memorial Fund through June's Patreon money and the money that we raised for the stickers. So thanks for helping us continue to fight the good fight. I think that's everything I really have to say.
Yeah, that's all that I have. Well, I just want to thank you for being here, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
We have to go back in the basement again?
Yes. Do you want to plug anything before you go back in the basement?
Join Discord, because it's been really fun.
Cool. Say bye, Kyle.
Say bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle.
Atomic Radio Hour Podcast. A Ghoulman Entertainment production.